Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm really nervous. I don't know whether you'll be able to tell. I'm usually fine on TikTok and Instagram, but there's something about YouTube that freaks me out. But I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, so here I am. So I thought for the first video it should be something where you guys get to know me a bit more. So I asked you to send me some questions and we'll do a Q&A. Okay, first question's from Amesy87 and she asked, what motivates you to keep going when you're feeling low and feel like giving up? And she said, love your videos, thank you. So I don't ever want to be that girl again. In December, I was the biggest I've ever been. When I was waking up and first standing up, my knees, ankles, feet would hurt. I was getting out of breath walking up the stairs and I just don't want to get back to that place again. So every morning I write down in my iPhone notes, I add to it every day, it's like pages long now, the reasons why I'm going to be good today and I'm going to stay on this journey and I'm going to be good with food. And I also have a weight loss motivation board that I love. I look at that every morning. It's got quotes on there and it just keeps me going and keeps me motivated. Okay, question from Heidi DP Glasgow. Do you ever get bored of the food you eat? No, I don't, because I eat all the food that I love. I don't limit myself. If I fancy chocolate, I'll have chocolate. As long as it's in my calories, I can have it. So I don't get bored of it because I eat the food that I love. Okay, Georgie asked what keeps you motivated. So I've already answered that and I'm not going to keep on repeating myself through this video, and I did have a lot of the same questions, so I'm going to try and limit it down. But she also asked, what's your favourite recipe? Fanta chicken. Seriously, Fanta chicken. It's the recipe's on my Instagram. Go and take a look. It's the same name as here, Bob Along with Kirsty. And I swear to you, it's the nicest meal I've ever had. And I've made it like 4 times since the first time. Okay, Jess Logs Dal. Some usernames are a bit hard to pronounce. I'm sorry if I get them wrong, by the way. She said, what's the best advice you got when starting a weight loss? Now, this was from my mother. She told me that I was always going too fast with my weight loss, and because I was doing that, I was putting the weight back on just as fast, and that's true. So I slowed it down. I slowed it down completely from losing like 10 pounds a week like I was doing before. I was being ridiculous, to around a pound a week, and it's so much healthier. I now realise that it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change, and yeah, my mum's the best. Thank you. So the next question's from Lisa Wilson Cheers, and she asked me what other diets I've tried. All of them. So I've tried Juice Plus, which is an MLM, so I would never do that again. What else have I tried? I've tried the Cambridge diet, I've tried Slimming World, I've tried Weight Watchers, I've tried them all. But I think it's important to realise that every diet is different and every person is different, and so every diet will affect somebody in a different way. For some people, Slimming World might work perfectly. For me, it didn't work at all, so it's just trial and error. Honey Ben asked me, how do you get past the pain when you start to work out? That was hard. The first couple of times that I went to the gym, I did a squat. My gym instructor told me, right, okay, you need to do 20 squats. I got to the 5th one and I told him I genuinely couldn't do any more. I was in agony. I remember the feeling of my legs, you know, and also I couldn't sit down properly for like a week. And now I can do 200 in a day. So it's all about building it up slowly, not killing yourself through exercise, finding something that you really enjoy and doing it so that you keep on exercising and don't give up. Lisa Wilson also asked, thoughts on cheat day meals? So I don't have a cheat day. If I have a bad day, that's fine, I get over it. But I don't have a cheat day because I don't need a cheat day, because I incorporate all the food that I love into my daily life. So if I want pizza, instead of having a Domino's, I'll make a pizza on a wholemeal wrap, and it's just as tasty, just fills me up right, and I don't feel sick after it. So yeah, it's finding the food that you love and eating it in moderation and finding different ways to make it healthier and more exciting. Georgie asked me, how long was it before you started to see a difference from losing weight? So physically, It took me a long time. I still feel like, even though I've lost 45 pounds, almost 3 stone, I still look in the mirror and see the same girl sometimes. But I noticed it when my clothes were getting looser. And also I noticed it in my mental health instantly. As soon as I started eating healthier and started to change my lifestyle, I became a happier person. I feel like I was kinder to myself, and I started to love and respect my body more because I was nourishing it with all the right food. Amelia asked me, what is something you would like to achieve coming out of lockdown? This is a hard one. Really is. I think I've already achieved something through lockdown. I've put a lot of time and effort into my social medias, and it's changed my life. I think I wouldn't have had the time to even jump in as much as I have. Eloise Dunn has asked me, when did you start loving yourself and your body? I love this question. It was when I met my partner. I've been in a lot of bad relationships in my life where I was made to feel not good enough, and as soon as I met him, he made me feel like the prettiest girl in the room. He made me love myself because he was so sincere. He saw the best in me, and that really helped. What also helped was becoming a healthier person, putting the right foods in my body, loving my body and respecting it, and I started going to the gym, and that made me respect my body more because I was helping myself. Amelia asked, what is the story behind Cupid? So my grandparents a few years ago rescued a Jack Russell, and within about a year they were too ill to look after this dog, Judy, and I fell in love with Judy. So I took over Judy. Judy came to live with me, and she was my best friend. She was amazing. I wish you guys could have met her. Yeah, she was great, but she was very old and she passed away. I was distraught, obviously. I think unless you've had a dog or a pet that you've lost, it's hard to understand, but it broke my heart. And on the day that it happened, my parents kept on saying to me, would you like us to get you another puppy? And I was going, no thank you, like not right now. You know, I just don't want it. I just wanted to mourn my dog. But my mother knows me better than I do, and she knew that I would just wallow and go into a deep depression over this. So on the same day, which was naughty of her, but I'm so glad that she did because I've got Cupid now. So on the day, I was sat with my boyfriend on the sofa wallowing, and she came in with a basket and basically said, here's a bottle of wine for you, but I could see the blanket moving, and it was Cupid, and he was literally like that big. He was so small, and I fell in love with him instantly. So I thank my mother so much that she did that to this day, because she couldn't have picked a better dog. Cupid is my life. Lauren's Truth asked, and by the way, I'll link her page below if I can do it. Go follow her on YouTube because I love her content. She's very similar to me, and yeah, she's amazing, so go follow her. But she asked, when are we going to meet? When lockdown's over, we need to sort this out. You're coming to the UK, 100%. Ariana asked, top tip for not snacking. I love to snack. I'll never stop snacking. Instead of snacking on the wrong foods, I snack on the best foods now, the low calorie foods. So like low calorie popcorn. I make like little bowls of fruit with some dark melted chocolate to dip in, high protein yogurts, fruit. Just snack on the right food and not bad food, and you should be okay. Gemma MCD182 asked, where is somewhere you've always wanted to visit? It'll have to be Rome. I can't believe that I still haven't been, but I've always wanted to go since I was a little girl, and my partner and I were supposed to go in October this year, but obviously with everything going on that was cancelled. One day I'll go very soon. It's one of my dreams is to sit outside the Colosseum with a glass of wine and just take in the beauty. Gemma also asked, if you could tell your 16-year-old self something, what would it be? I'd tell her to love herself. I tell her she was beautiful. She is beautiful, and she doesn't need to be so hard on her body. And she doesn't need to start dieting just yet. I'd also tell her to not pretend to be something that she's not, to fit in. I was a stickler for this when I was younger. I'd mould my personality to fit in with different groups of people, and it was hard for me to find who I really was by doing that. I finally found myself now, but it's taken me a lot of time and hard work. Jasmine Roberts asked, what were your first obstacles losing weight and how did you overcome them? So it was definitely the binging and overeating. That was definitely an eating disorder that I had in trigger warning. I will be talking about eating disorders from now on and a little bit through the video. I think I've got another question. So I would eat my feelings, and I had a lot of feelings. So I ate a lot of food. So that was hard. I mean, getting out of that was so hard, but I just knew that I needed to work hard at doing it because it's been 10 years and I needed to change my thought process and my relationship with food. So that was my biggest obstacle, but I've done it. I'm so proud of myself. So Kendall asked, what clicked for you to be able to stick to the diet? So first of all, it was to know that it wasn't a diet and it was a lifestyle change. When I've gone on diets in the past, a diet is a short-term thing and it's not changing the way you eat and your habits for the rest of your life. So knowing that I was just changing how I ate and thought about food made it click, if that makes sense. Amy asked, how often do you weigh in? Monthly. I used to weigh in every 10 seconds of my life. I'd wake up in the morning, have a wee and weigh. I'd put on my clothes and weigh, and then I'd move the weighing scale 2 inches to the left and weigh. I'd then pick up the weighing scales and take it to a different room, put it down and weigh. You get the picture. But that was so unhealthy because it used to change my mood for the entire day. My day would be completely based on what number was on that scale. So if it was higher than I thought it should be, my day was ruined. And I decided that I wasn't going to do that to myself anymore. So yeah, I do it monthly now and it works out really well. Lacey asked, how are you? Hope you stay positive. That's really sweet. I'm fine, Lacey, thank you. Okay, Bready High, I can't say that, I'm so sorry. But they asked, what made you start documenting your weight loss? And PS, love your positivity and accent. Thank you. So I'm a stickler for quitting something really quickly. Done it for about 10 years of my life. So I decided to start putting it up on TikTok, put it up on a platform so people could see it and I could stick to it, because if people start watching you and you give up, but there's more shame on it, if that makes sense. Caroline asked advice on calorie counting and portion control. So I'm going to be doing a longer video on this on my YouTube very, very soon. But the first thing that I did was just Google everything. I spoke to 2 dietitians as well. I went onto Google and found a calorie counter and worked out how much I needed to eat to lose weight, and I downloaded MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal, by the way, 10 out of 10. It's such an amazing app for documenting your weight loss, documenting what you've eaten and keeping you motivated. Okay, so Mo Bender asked, how did you change your relationship with food? And please say my username. Hi Mo Bender. So it was really hard. It took me a long time. I had a really bad relationship with food as well, as you know from earlier what I was talking about. But it was hard. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just, I do know. I think it was the fact that I needed to change so badly. I think I looked in the mirror one day, it was around Christmas time, and I realised that if I didn't lose the weight, I could die. And as harsh as that sounds, I could die. So I worked really hard at it and changed my eating habits completely. So little things helped me. Instead of sitting down to eat my dinner in front of the TV, I eat at the kitchen table now. I used to watch telly when I came back from work for like 4 hours every night. I don't watch TV anymore. I keep myself really busy so that I'm not sitting around thinking about food. HZ Charles has asked, what are your top tips when learning to become body positive? So it was a process, definitely a process, but I used to look in the mirror every morning and tell myself really nice things about myself. I'd give myself compliments. I'd look in the mirror and say, your eyes are looking good, or wow, I love the curve just under your boobs and your waist. I just tell myself really nice things. I realised that if I was as kind to myself as I am to other people, that I'd love and respect my body more. Coffee break. So I used to wear loads of clothes that would hide my body. I'd wear cardigans over my dresses so you couldn't see my rolls and my stomach. And I realised that when I took that cardigan off and I showed off my body more, the more that I did it, the more I loved myself and respected my body, if that makes sense. Lauren's Truth asked me, how old were you when you got your first boyfriend? My first, like, you know, sort of boyfriend was when I was like 12. But my first long-term boyfriend was when I was 15 and we were together for 5 years. Crazy. Riz Writes Music asked, what inspired you to start posting on TikTok? So what I said earlier, I just wanted to document my weight loss. I actually never thought that I'd get any followers from this. I just wanted to look back and see how I was doing and document my journey from the start, to look back and see, you know, how far I'd come. I love it now. I love TikTok so much. I can't even describe, you know, when I first downloaded it, it was as a joke. My nieces were on it and I'd go through going, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. But I honestly think the kindest people come from that app. I get so much love and positivity and I've met so many amazing friends on there. I'm so grateful that I did start, like massively grateful. Moofish Soph asked, how are you such a queen? Oh, Soph, stop. Go on. No, I'm kidding. You're really sweet and you're also a queen. Gwen Morton asked, what's my favourite colour? Red, definitely. Celery Millie, sorry if I can't say that. What is your job? So I work with the family business. I'm in the office. And she asked, what music and artists do you love? So I love anything from like the 40s, 50s and 60s. I also love Britpop. I love the Smiths. I love Morrissey, Etta James. I love music altogether. Frank Sinatra. I love all music really. It just depends what mood I'm in. I even listen to metal. Holly Mariab then asked, what do you want your last words to be? Ooh. It would have to be, it's been emotional. If you've got this far, thank you so much. That's it for now. If I've left your question out, I'm really sorry. Put it down in the comments and I'll get back to you the next one. Make sure to subscribe. It would make my day. I'm sorry if I've been nervous and I promise I'll do better on the next one. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.